Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of The Shy. This is season 4, episode 10, the season finale, and it was titled A Raisin in the Sun. Alright, y'all, real quick, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit me with the thumbs up button along with the share button. Alright, y'all, so this season finale didn't really give me real season finale. Like, it was kind of dry. Like, they was kind of closing up loose ends or something. I don't know. Like, I like a good happy ending, but no. Like, it was just too happy. I don't know. Let's jump into it. Let me tell y'all, Shad is hilarious. He had me cracking up in this episode. So Trig and Shad, they in the car. So Trig called up Rashad because, I don't know if his first name Rashad. I don't know. We gonna call him Shad. So he called him up because remember, Jake had Trig's car, so he couldn't leave. And good thing he didn't leave, because if Jake didn't have Trig's car, I think Gemma's daddy would have died right there on the floor, because Trig came in there and saved the day, because he must have ended up calling the rescue team, because the ambulance was out there, the cops was out there, and they was all taking him to the hospital. So Duda was long gone. He wasn't still in there. And Trig, he left out. I don't know if he talked to the people or maybe he called anonymously. I don't know. But he was in the car with Shad when the ambulance and everything got him. So Shad was like, because Trig was like, thank you for coming. He was like, yeah, I always got your back. And he was like, don't he work for the mayor or something like that? And Trig was like, yeah, he also the father of the girl that Jake stole from Kevin. I said, now, we ain't had to say all that. Like, just say Jake's girlfriend. But whatever. We see Nina. So Nina storming in the door. She's slamming doors and stuff like that. She going over there to Dre talking about something. Either you forgive me or you move on. But all this limbo stuff, I can't take it. I said, how you going to have the nerve to ask somebody to forgive you or move on, and you the one who cheated? So even Dre was like, how you gonna give me an ultimatum and you the one who cheated? I will do as I please, and I will be in this mood as long as I please, okay? She was like, well, what she say? Well, Nina was like, I just wanted to be how it was. She was like, oh, it'll never be that way again. It won't be that way. And she was like, you need something or whatever. She was like, I'm good or whatever. So then she left. Then we see Jake, he laid up with Gemma. Because remember, they had dance and then they went to a hotel room. So Gemma is knocked out, cuddled up on Jake. Jake looked like he ain't sleep at all, child. We see Kevin, he on the floor with Lene. Her phone going off. So she's like, oh my God, I got to go home. So she gets up, she get her phone, she can't find her shoe, he find her shoe, he holding it hostage, someone, well, let me walk you to the door. She like, no, I ain't like your last girlfriend, I don't need you to hold my hand. Then she go walk downstairs. So Gemma, she with Jake, and she like, last night was amazing. He was like, we ain't do nothing. She was like, I know. Sometimes I just like laying up with you and not doing anything at all. I just love being in your presence. I said, girl, I know that kind of feeling. But anyway, she was like, well, I gotta get back to the house before my dad wake up, because if my dad wake up and he see that I didn't come home, I'm gonna be in trouble. So Jake already know what happened to the daddy, because remember, he walked in and saw all that popping off. So he like, well, I ain't gonna be able to get you back to your daddy house right away, so let me just take you to breakfast. So she was like, all right, whatever. So we see Lene, she walking down the steps, Dre in the living room, child. Lene like, Dre like, what's going on? She was like, oh hey, don't oh hey me, what is you doing? So then Kev hurry up and run down. She was like, what is y'all two doing? He was like, well, we she was like, you lucky you ran into me and not your mom, but you're my mother too. Don't try it, Kev. He was like, I'm serious. No, don't be trying to butter me up and be all sweet and stuff like that. You go on to your room. Lene, you come talk to me. So she talks to Lene, and Lene say, like, look, I needed somewhere to stay. She was like, well, what's going on with your brother, whatever. She was like, well, he ain't home. She was like, oh yeah, I heard about the shooting. She was like, so he ain't been back. She was like, no, unless he want to go to jail. So she obviously know what happened with the brother. But in the last episode, didn't she say, I guess she didn't want to tell Kevin what happened. But she was saying, well, what happened with Cherry, the girlfriend? She was like, well, we got into it, and she said that she don't want me living in her place no more, whatever. She was like, damn. So you ain't got nowhere to go. She was like, no, I don't got nowhere to go. So Dre was like, yeah, I know how it is. I got kicked out at a young age, same way as you. And we gonna talk about it. Let's come over here and talk about it, whatever, like that. So they gonna figure something out. Shy come in, so it's Amani cooking. And Trig come in with Shy. And Trig like, Amani, Shy got something he want to say to you. So he got some donuts or something, child. So he like, yeah, so I just want to say thank you for that welcome home party that you threw for me. And she like, okay, that's all you got to say? What else I'm supposed to say? What? Well, I'm supposed to say, like, damn, can't you meet a nigga halfway? She like, look, you need to educate yourself, and you be looking down on people. Well, I've been in jail, so I can't look down on nobody. I can't look down on nobody. She was like, you thought you was better than me, didn't you? All right, I'm sorry. All right. So then she was still like giving a hard time. He was like, damn it, what I got to do? Can't that be enough for a nigga? Or some shit. He be going off, child. And she was like, no, it ain't. But I guess it'll do. So then he sat down or whatever like that. So then we see Tiff with Dante. It's early in the morning, child. It don't even look like the sun came out. And he got a pizza. I said, what the hell? But anyway, they eat pizza. She was like, I don't know if I want to eat pizza this early in the morning. He was like, look, if you get a slice or you just watch me eat. So she get a slice. They sit down. So she asked him, and they outside on the stoop or whatever. She asked him, well, what would you think if I left Emmett? He was like, well, why the hell would you do that? She was like, because, we practically go together. He was like, oh, no, the hell we don't. Like, we is F buddies, and that's how we gonna be. That's how I like it, or whatever like that. She was like, oh, okay. So then he was like, I'm your nigga. So she was like, what? He was like, I'm your nigga if you, like, when your nigga messing up, you call me. If you need some money, you call me. If your son need a haircut last minute, you call me. Like, I'm your nigga. So she was like, oh, okay. He was like, you get it? She was like, yeah. So you see the wheels going in her head. At Imani's, Jake and Gemma come in. So, they cooking and stuff like that. They start asking about the dance and how everything went and where they stayed. They was like, oh, we stayed at a hotel down a block or whatever. And I kept thinking, like, how old is these churn? Like, they not seniors or nothing like that. Because they just like, oh, we stayed at a hotel. And it's just like, oh, okay, what hotel did y'all sleep at? How was the service? Did they do a turn-down service? I mean, like, what? Like, they ain't even blink an eye or nothing. And so Gemma was like, well, he treated me like a lady and stuff. And Trick like, yep, he better had. So they talking on the news because somebody turned the TV on in the living room. It's talk about Gemma daddy, how he was in critical condition. He done went down to the hospital. So she been blocked out everything everybody else saying and just tuning into the news. She walked over to the TV and she see it. And then Shy and Trig looking at each other. Jake looking like, oh shit. And then she like, well, I got to go to the hospital or whatever. So Trig was like, I can take you. Jake was like, no, I got her or whatever. Child, we see this press conference for the mayor. So I'm thinking, it's a press conference because Marcus, which is Gemma daddy, he done got beat up here in the hospital or something like that. So maybe they want to find out what's going on, yada, yada, yada. The mayor wants to talk about it since he is, I don't know what his role is with next to Duda, but he works in that capacity. I don't know, chief secretary, who knows? I don't know what he do. But at any rate, he works in the mayor's office. So I'm thinking that's what the damn press conference is about. Child. The press conference about them they didn't shut down the police, they didn't defunded the police, and they thought I was crazy when I said I was going to do it, but here I am doing it, and now they celebrating and all this other stuff, and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, what? If the damn press people ain't asked him about Gemma daddy, he wouldn't have never said nothing. He was like, well, I'm praying for his recovery. I'm praying for his recovery. They was like, well, have y'all found any suspects in that? No, we looking into it or whatever. But hysterically, they didn't think we could defund the police. Like, he went through that so fast. He went through it so fast, y'all. And I was like, oh my God. Then he called Tracy up there. Then Tracy, she all excited because they done defunded the police. Well, not defunded the police, but they done got money to put into Rock, her community thing that, help the community and not use police and stuff like that. So they got more money, so they want to celebrate. And she's saying, like, hopefully, what did she say? She said, hopefully her dream is to completely abolish the police because we don't need protection from the police. We need protection from the police, pretty much. So I was just like, oh my God, child. And they were sitting up there doing the press conference. They ain't even really care about Jim and Daddy, child, in the hospital. I said, this is a hot ass mess. Emmett, he looking all depressed. He underneath the covers. Tiff come in. He like, oh, hey. She like, oh, hey, how you doing? Then he tell her, like, look, I'm sick of this shit. Like, who you want? You want me or you want Dante? Like, because you can't have it both. She was like, I don't know. I'm not finna do this with you, Emmett. He was like, well, since you don't know, I'm going to move out. She was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, because, I'm sick of this. I can't keep doing this or whatever like that. You want him, you can have him, pretty much like that. So then she looking all dumb in the face. And I thought she was going to say, well, I thought about it. I want you. Tiff want it all. So we see Duda, he going down the Rock, and they clapping and all this other stuff, and Tracy gives her like some long ass speech, and then she say they gonna have a block party to celebrate. It's gonna be free food, free everything. But while they down there doing it, she wants them to sign volunteer slips and stuff like that, because they still need volunteers to help with the community. Trey goes over there to Duda. Here go Duda. You better pray that nigga die. I said, what? So Trey was like, no, actually, I'm praying that he live or whatever. And Duda was standing there looking all crazy in the face. So then we see Trig at the hospital. He asking Jake, what's happening. He was like, they say he gonna pull. No, he said, I don't. No, he was like, is he gonna make it? I think Jake was like, they don't know. So then Gemma run down the hallway. Trig about to explain something, but she like giving him a hug or whatever because, I guess she found out he called the police or something. I don't know. Or maybe it was just an adult figure because she said she was scared. So he gave her a hug. He was like, it's okay. It's all right. You're going to be all right. Your daddy's strong. She was like, yeah, because he all I got. I don't know what I'm going to do without him. He like, it's okay. He going to be all right. Lene, she at Rock talking to Dre. So Dre trying to get her help, basically. She telling her the story about what happened to her. Dre like, well, my parents died in a car accident and I had to move in with my grandparents and they didn't like the way I dressed, the way I talked. They didn't like all of that. And after a while, I became an embarrassment for them, or they claimed that I was an embarrassment for them. So they kicked me out. So she was like, well, where'd you stay? She was like, on friends' couches. And sometimes I had to live on the street. So Lene like, well, I got to figure it out. I'm going to do that. She was like, no, I want you to move in with me. I'm like, what? What? Like, Kev got a crush on this girl. You already got Keisha in the house with her baby. You already got Kev wilding out. You ain't even watching Kev. Because you don't really got to watch Keisha because she an adult and stuff like that. And she should be able to take care of herself. But you still got to guide her and stuff like that because she's still underneath your household. And then she got this new baby. She don't really know how to, navigate with the baby and stuff like that. But you barely watching Kevin. And then you want to bring another party into the home. And your wife just cheated on you. Oh, okay. So I'm like, all right, whatever. She like, look, I don't need you. You're not my savior or whatever. I don't need to be saved. I can figure it out on my own or whatever. She was like, yeah, but you don't need to. I can help you out or whatever. She was just like, all right, whatever. So then she was like, I'll figure it out. And then she left out of Dre's office. Gemma, she walking down the hallway at a hospital talking about something. She gonna figure out what didn't happen and stuff like that. My daddy got cameras all over the house. So they must tell the story. I said, cameras? They finna go to jail. So, Shy and Trig, they playing Tonk or whatever like that. They playing cards and stuff like that. Shy starts talking about this dude named Meldrick who owed him some money. He was so Trig was like, that's old news, man. That's an old day. He was like, man, that man owed me some money and I'm broke. And I'm still walking around broke, and this man got my money in his pocket and stuff like that. And so he started telling this story and all this other stuff. And he was saying like, I did dirt all my life, yada, yada, yada. You got to eat what you kill. And Trig like, look, I'm trying to stop eating what I kill. Like, I'm tired of living that life. He was like, yeah. So he was like, yo, whatever happened to Mildred or whatever? He was like he gone. He like, what you mean gone? Like he back up in upstate or something like that? He was like, no, like he gone. Like he got hit in a hit and run or whatever a long time ago, whatever, a few years back. He was like, what? So Shy real tore up. Like he can't believe like his old homeboy from back in the day, like he grew up with him. He was saying like the guy always looked out for him because he started telling like this story back in the summertime where he was about to rob the ice cream man, but Mildred was like, no, dude, I got you. Here go a couple dollars, and he will, always look out for Shy and stuff like that. So he was real heartbroken and stuff. But then in the end, like he was like, man, don't be thinking because I got these tears in my eyes that you gonna get over on me or whatever. So they went back to playing cards. I was cracking up. But we see Jada, she gets a call from her doctor. So her doctor called with good news saying like the test results came back, and if they continue to look like this, she will not need another dose of chemotherapy. So I was like, oh yay, happy for her. So Emmett happy. He like, we need to celebrate. He done got on the phone. He calling everybody up. Gemma run right in the house to the cameras, child. I said, oh my God. Did Duda not think the man had cameras? He didn't even think about that. So before she even look at the camera, Jake like, yo, I got something to tell you. Come on out here. Come hither. So he called her out there. He like, look, I was going to tell you, but I didn't know how to tell you. But when I went back in to get my book bag, Duda was there, Trig was there, and your daddy was on the ground or whatever like that. She was like, why you ain't tell me? He was like, because I ain't want my brother to go to jail or nothing like that. If it wasn't for my brother, your daddy wouldn't be in the hospital right now. But you can't tell nobody. What you mean I can't tell nobody? So then she like pushing him away and stuff like that. And then he go run or whatever. Or go home or whatever, child. So we see Kev, he passing out food down at Rock and stuff like that. Lene in the line, she getting the plate. And then he was saying, like, I'm thinking about you. She was like, you always thinking about me. Like, thinking about something else. So then he said something, and she was like, well, yeah, if I move in with you, I'll be your brother or something. He was like, move in? What? So you gonna be like my live-in girlfriend? She was like, I ain't got time for all that or whatever. He was like, oh, so what you just gonna be living? We gonna be living in the same house, and you gonna be seeing other people? Yeah. I was cracking up. So then we see Christian and Keisha. So Christian was telling her like, my roommate asked me if you was my girlfriend, and she was like, would you tell him? And he was like, I said I don't know, and that just ain't sit right with me or whatever. So he gave her some flowers, child, and then he gave her one of them old school notes where it say like, usually it's just like, sometimes it's a folded up thing, or sometimes it's on the same piece of paper. But at any rate, it say, will you be my lady? And then inside, it had a little box for check yes or check no. I said, oh, he done went old school with it. So she was like, you got a pen? And so he gave her a pen, and she checked yes. I said, oh. She was like, thank you for making me feel good again. He was like, yeah, corny dudes usually can do that. I was cracking up. So then Shy won Tonk or whatever, child. So he was like, they was arguing back and forth, little banter and stuff like that. Jake come in looking all sad and stuff. And so Trey was like, what's wrong with you? He was like, I told Gemma. So Trey was like, what? Here goes Shy. Oh, this nigga snitching. He said it, and then he jumped up, got all up in Jake's face and stuff like that. And so Jake was like, it was cameras there, whatever. So they was gonna find out or whatever. So Shad was like, man, if they find out about this, man, your ass going back to the pen. And that's the last thing this family needs, is for somebody else going back to the pen. So here go Jake. Well, I told her that Trig ain't do nothing, that, he saved her life and stuff like that. Man, you don't get no brownie points for that. He was like, well, I told her not to say nothing. What that mean, man? I was cracking up. Shy was cracking me up. So Jake apologized. Trig was like, man, it's all right. I'm glad you told Gemma. It's okay. don't worry about it and stuff. He was like, well, I ain't want you to go to jail. He was like, it's all right, it's okay or whatever like that. And Jake was like, not Jake, Trey was like, I just want you to do better than me, and please do better than this nigga right here. Here go Shy. Yo talking shit over there. Yo talking shit. I was cracking up. So he was like, man, so what we gonna do? He was like, we just need to lay low. Yeah, lay low, lay low. I was cracking up. Shy is a mess. He is comical relief for the show. So then we see Duda. He having dinner with Tracy. So Tracy like, is you soulless or is you just numb? So he was like, what? She was like, are you the reason why Marcus is in the hospital? So he was like, no. I said, Duda. Really? So she was like, so then he flipped the switch. So she was like, because she said something. No, he was like, I respect him and I believe in him and yada, 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 or whatever like that. And then he was like, if we going to do this, you got to trust me. I said, you're going to flip the switch like that. Now she got to trust you. Here she go. Well, I do trust you. I do trust you. And, I'm sorry. I said, you sorry? He the one lying. Like, oh my God. So then she's the Clem that a Clem child. I said Clem. Clem is she gonna say, I think I'm falling in love with you. I said, Tracy, girl, what? So then he gets up to my son, what you mean think? She like, I know I'm falling in love with you. I said, child, they start kissing. I said, they finna bow chicky wow wow. She bow chicky wow wow with a killer. I cannot. So then we see Gemma. She knocking on Jake's door, whatever like that. She was like, well, can I come in? He was like, you gonna call the police with my brother? She was like, that's what I want to talk to you about. That's what I want to talk to you about. So Trig and Jake go outside or whatever. So she was like, she got the footage and she ain't watched what happened or nothing like that. And she couldn't watch it. But Trig was like, well, has anybody seen it or whatever like that? She was like, no one has seen it. He was like, so what, you here to blackmail me or whatever? She was like, no, I'm here to free you. So she was like, you don't have to worry about nobody seeing this footage or anything like that. And Jake told me it's because of you. No, she was like, the doctor said that, he going to pull through. And I know it's because of you that's why he's going to be okay or whatever like that. And Trig was like, well, you ain't had to, some he said like, it wasn't, I don't know what he said. Oh God, he said something, I can't think of it. But he did apologize for what happened to Gemma daddy or whatever like that. And so he was like, well, do you got the footage or whatever? So she was like, yeah, I got it. It's right here. So then she handed him a thumb drive or whatever. And then Jake was like, well, where you going? Because Gemma started walking away. She was like, I'm going to the hospital. So Jake was like, well, I'm going to go with her. Trig was like, yeah, you can go. Trig ran into the house, child, put the thumb drive into the computer, looked at that thing, and all you see is do the whomp, whomp. I said, oh my God. So he rushes over to Duda's house. He was like, yo, we need to talk, playboy. Duda was like, who you talking to, nigga? He was like, I talked to Gemma. Gemma got cameras. They got cameras all over the house or whatever like that. He was like, well, you need to go talk to her or whatever. He was like, already did. He was like, all right, good. You got the footage? He was like, yeah. He was like, well, she got the footage? She was like, no, she don't got the footage. I got it. So he was like, oh, okay. So what you want? What you want? You think you Batman or somebody or whatever like that? He was like, what you want? He was like, you should know me better than that. Because he was like, well, how much do you want for it? So then Duda got mad. To my nigga, how much you want? I said, oh, he be flipping, child. He was like, what I want is for you to leave and never come back or whatever. He was like, pouring his little drink and stuff. So he was like, where I'm supposed to go? He was like, I don't care, but you need to leave and you don't come back or whatever. So then he was like, everybody want me to be perfect or whatever like that. Everybody want me to be perfect. I ain't perfect. And you know what? I can snap my finger like Thanos and everything be gone. You know what I mean? I got the power to lock your ass up, power to lock your little friend Rashad, whoever that man is. He could get locked back up. I'll pull him on his permit. That go like this, and boom, everything just disappeared. So you just need to get the fuck out of here, whatever. So Trig was just like, oh wow, you must be really scared. Okay. Either you leave quietly, or I'm taking this footage to every newspaper there is, okay? And he was just like, what? He was like, and tell Tracy I said what's up. And then he leave out. Dude was looking so stupid, okay? Because Tracy could hear everything. She's standing there over the balcony or whatever she was standing there, child, listening. I said, oh my God. We see Gemma and Jake there at the hospital, whatever like that. We see Emmett. He throws Jada a surprise party and stuff. Everybody there. Darnell saying, hey, thank you for putting up with me in my earpiece for all these years. I was dying. Then we see Tracy. So she mad, child. She steady packing her whole bag. So she like, I can't believe you lied to me. He was like, I'm a politician. What do you expect? That's your excuse? Oh, okay. So then he was like, I'm not perfect. Everybody want me to be perfect or whatever like that. And all this other stuff. So she was like, look, you ain't got to try to convince me or whatever like that. All you had to do is tell me the truth. He was like, well, I'm telling you, every time I was with you, you was my piece or whatever. She was like, yeah, so was you. But you need to leave. Why I got to leave? Why I got to leave for? Whatever like that. I ain't nobody scared of no Trig. Well, you need to be, because if he sending this footage out, everybody gonna have your ticket, and everybody gonna see that you was slime, that you was this, you that, or whatever like that. Do you want that attached to your name or whatever? He was like, see, after all I did to you, you still worried about my legacy. Boy, bye. I ain't worried about your goddamn legacy. I'm worried about me. Because then if your name get dragged through the mud, then my name getting dragged through the mud, since you kept putting me up on the platform to give these speeches and stuff. So now I'm going to be tied to you, and then my money going to be pulled back, and I don't need the IRS in my shit because I don't know how to budget well, and they going to audit me, and all my shit going to get pulled back, and then I'm going to get locked up because of your ass. I ain't got time for it. So he looking like, oh, well, okay. So then she packs up her whole bag, and then she leaves out. He like, Tracy, I'm going to miss you. And she was like, I'm sure you will. And then she little sashay her little big old booty out. I said, that's how you do it, Tracy. Then we see Emmett at the party. He meeting Christian and stuff like that, because, you know, everybody there. So Christian, Christian, Keisha, and the baby there, whatever. Of course, Emmett trying to grill Christian. Christian holding his own and stuff like that. And he like, you know, he just trying to like, I guess, scare Christian. But he like, that ain't work. So then Christian go off to get Keisha a drink and stuff like that. And Emmett tells Keisha that he always got her back and he'll always be there for her. We see Dre, she won't go talk to Nina. So in the back, they talking. Dre basically asked Nina, could Lene come live with them because they don't have nowhere to go or whatever like that. And Nina like, what? We can't afford to put nobody else up in this house or whatever like that. She like, well, if we can't protect the community and be there for the community, then what can we do? She was like, that's not our problem. She was like, well, it is our problem. I was just like her when I was little, and I don't want her to be an issue or something about the problem, and something I want to help her get out while she can, and help her while I can, and yada, yada, yada. So, of course, Nina gonna oblige or whatever. And so she like, well, if we can't, what'd she say? Because I think I wrote it down. She was like, well, how long she gonna be there with us? She was like, well, she gonna be there as long as I can find a foster parent I can trust. She was like, you don't trust nobody. I mean, look. That's what it is. So I said she gonna be living there until she 18 and move off, child. So then, or 18, 19, 20, who knows? So then she was like, see, that's what I like about you. You treat everyone like they family. She was like, She was like, but you know, if our marriage not intact, the kids will be unbalanced. And Dre was like, I know. I'll be able to, I'm ready to work on it if you are. I am too. And then they kiss. I said, Dre took Nina back too damn fast. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I like a good happy ending, but no. Ain't nobody fitting to cheat, and then you just gonna bring them back there. Child bye. Anyway, we see Duda. No, I'm lying. We see Emmett and Tiffany, they sit down, basically, and Tiff say that she made a decision, and she want to close it up, talking about the open relationship or whatever, and he thanks her, and he says that he ain't going to cheat, and she was like, well, you're not going to cheat forever, and he was like, because he was saying, like, he learned a lot about himself, he learned about how much he want his family, and yada, 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 and then she was like, so you never going to cheat again? He was like, well, I'll never violate you, or some shit. He said, violate your, yeah, I would never violate your trust again. So she was like, well, that's kind of vague. Is you not going to cheat on me? He was like, I can't never say never, never a long word. So then she was like, well, I can't never say never either. So let's just say we gonna try our best or whatever. So he was like, all right, I like that. Then they kissed or whatever. So we see Duda, he walking down all these damn steps just to get in the back of Rue's car. So she like, well, one of these days I ain't gonna be able to save you. And he was like, yes, you are. And she was like, well, where we going? He was like, far away from here. So I say, so you just gonna leave? You ain't gonna leave no nothing, child. But anyway, Shad and Imani walking in the street. So they just talking and whatnot. And one dude bumps into Imani. And instead of saying, excuse me, he just gonna keep going. Because he had like pushed her shoulder back. Like, I'm surprised she didn't break her damn shoulder. Because, you know, she kind of thin. But anyway, because the way he pushed it, child. But anyway, so he don't say nothing. So Imani like, well, damn, you can say excuse me or whatever like that. Dude, like, you can catch this fade because I know you a dude and stuff. I said, what the beat that guy do with anything? You almost knocked her the hell over. So Imani was going in. I'll punch you and I'll knock your ass out, drag you down the street, put you in the sewer hole, like all this stuff. So then Shad was like, whoosh. So he pulled him up and was like, you gonna apologize to her? You gonna apologize to her? He was like, that's your bitch. No, that's my family, man. You gonna apologize to her? No, I don't need no apology or whatever. Like, I don't care. You gonna apologize to her? So then dude was like, all right, I'm sorry, damn it. So she was like, let him go. So then she walking down the street. So she was like, thank you, but you know I can stand up, stick up for myself. He was like, yeah, I know. But you just got that new lace front, and I know how much that costs, and I don't want you to mess that up or whatever. I said, Shad is stupid. First, he got on my nerves, but he is funny. Then we see Jada. She get a speech and stuff like that, how the community held her up, and how she loved Darnell, Emmett, and Swede. We see the weed dude. Remember? What's that chick name? Tiana's husband. I don't remember his name. I think that's her husband. He looked like a husband. What's his name? Iman? Is it Iman? That sounds about right. But anyway, he tell Tiff that the weed business, the edible gin, is booming. She was like, I know it was or whatever like that. They steady flirting. I said, now Tiff, didn't you just tell Emmett you closed this open relationship? Like, what's going on, girl? So we see Lene, she moving. They talking about you can sleep on the sofa big. Kev, like, if she can't come up in my house, come up in my room. They like, Kev, don't push it. So then she said something about she got a lot of shit. Here go Nina. We don't curse up in this house. So Dre was like, we do. So Nina was like, yeah, the adults do, the children don't. I said, Nina, since when? Because Kevin was cussing all season. What the? Well, okay. So then, child, Tiff and Emmett sleep. She gets up out the bed, go wash her poom. She probably did a little whole bath or something like that. She putting on fresh lipstick, child. She ends up in the elevator. She get out the elevator, and who is at the other side of the elevator? The weed man. I said, see, I knew she was about to flirt with him. And then we see Papa doing a podcast. We see everybody coming together for this community cookout, barbecue, block party, yada, yada, yada. We see Gemma Daddy, he woke up. We see everybody kind of looking like they in bliss and whatever, except for Duda. He looked kind of rough, and he was just walking in like this, I want to say like this old warehouse parking lot or whatever. So he looked rough, like he had already grew a beard and stuff. I said, well, how much time had passed between when he left and the block party? Like, the fuck? But anyway, and then Rose was sitting in the mayor's office. I said, she the mayor now? Like, what's going on? How that work? Like, wouldn't it be oh God, Camille? Wouldn't it be Camille because the mayor dropped out? It don't work like that, y'all. I don't know, but anyway, that's how it ended. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down there in them comments. Like I said, it seemed like they was just tying little bows on everything. So I'm like, is it not coming back for a season 5? And if it do, they need to do a little bit better because this season was kind of up and down or whatever. It was cute, but it really ain't give what it gave a long time ago. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all felt about it down there in them comments. If y'all ended up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button along with the share button. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. All right, y'all, until next time. Peace.